Hi, my name is Merlin, and I'm gonna talk about what I learned today. So the thing is that I keeps on taking a video of me talking about stuff in the whiteboard, and yes, it is really helpful. But sometimes I think I should talk about the code that I write rather than theory, because talking about theory more different times is really essential, but also talking about how I use it in real code is also essential. So yes, there's no answer of it, so I'm gonna do the both of thing. So and so today what I just did was making a operating system in web in front end part. But how is it possible? Well, it is really not possible, but it could make seems like possible. Why? Because if you're going to make an operating system user, there should be BIOS thing, and there's a bootloader, and there's one operating system kernel. And to make this works, these are the software, right? And make this work, there should be hardware on it. But as you also know, when you're trying to do the low level code like making a bootloader or making an operating system, you don't really think about the how the hardware works. Yeah, you have to really understand how hardware works. But the thing is that you don't have to care about the how the shape of hardware looks. Like hard disk, there's a round thing, there's a round plotter thing, right? But if you're trying to use it in operating system, these are just the one-dimensional array. So right now, what I'm trying to do is, so I'm just trying to make data with this code. So this sounds really abstract. Let me try to elaborate for you. So inside components and inside x86, there's a hard disk file, and there's a class of it. What hard disk get is it gets the hard disk specification, heads, the tracks per surface, sectors per track, and bytes per second and sector and RPM. But the thing you have to understand is it should be work like similar to the hard disk. So there should be latency of it, because when trying to find the sector of the hard disk, there should be latency, because right, and we specify using web API, which is set timer. So also to make it real as possible, I declared the disk buffer, the disk memory of it. Yeah, like this. So what happens in the here, we utilize this class and we make it with new hard disk part. So this is gonna be BIOS is gonna be the first part, right? First software of your computer, and we put our specification of the hard disk or whatever the hardware stuff, and we put it in here, and this is gonna be starting point. And you export this and you use it in the bootloader. Why we should use this code in the bootloader? Because this is I forgot the word. Global. This is global variable. The global variable, when I'm trying to specify it, global object. Because hard disk, we just define hard disk as an object, right? And there's the buffer thing, right? So we encapsulate this hard disk specification, and we make it as the global variable, and we're gonna use it in this part. So the reason why I put it like this here, because the bootloader size is 400 byte. Why? Because we store our bootloader into the first sector of the hard disk. Yeah, we should also declare we should declare MBR. Yeah. Wait, to do need to declare the hardware MBR. Yes. So, and yeah, the bytes per sector is 400 terabyte, and the hard disk per sector size is the MBR is 400 terabytes. So we use this and we create the buffer of it, 8RE, and we set it. We can set it, right? We can set it because we're trying to store our text of it. For example, the text should be print on the screen. Has to be 0xb8000. The starting point is 0xb1000. So this is it. So right now, what I'm going to do is we already created the hard disk specification, right? And at the bootloader, I'm trying to write bootloader code like similar to assembly. So how does it work? So I'm gonna specify this address. And I put it, and I put the text on this part of address, the starting by 0xb8000. But the thing is that you have to put it into the view, right, on the screen. But unfortunately, we are not relying on the 0xb8000 to print the screen on our Google website, right? Because there's no something memory address on our website. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna specify all of the memory address for this screen. So which means that I'm just gonna try to make a canvas of it, and I'm gonna make a square that is like 16, that the square of it. So that's gonna be square, and it's this part of this square is representation of the memory address. So I'm just gonna specify it. So that is the view of it, and I'm just gonna print this into the view. So yeah, this is it. It's gonna be really simple. I don't know if this is the right choice to understand about operating system, because I think I'm doing a really weird thing, because you cannot make an operating system in the website. I'm just doing whatever. So this is what I learned today, and also like 30 minutes later, I'm just gonna do this stuff on live cam in the YouTube. So this is it today. Bye bye.